In this video, I want to go over how AI, ChatGPT, Bing, and Bard, Google's AI chat thing, is going to affect SEO and blogging. Specifically, I want to go over how AI is going to affect how we produce content as SEOs and bloggers, how Google's Bard chatbot and the new Bing changes are going to affect how much traffic you're going to actually get to your website or blog with SEO. And I'm gonna cap it off with just my pie in the sky predictions of what I think is coming. All right, let me just jump in my screen here and go through how AI is gonna change how we produce content as SEO and bloggers. So the first thing that caught my eye over the last couple of weeks was the CNET scandal. So CNET is owned by Red Ventures, who also owns Bankrate, PointSky, and a few other sites like that. CNET, to catch you up, was publishing AI content over the last couple of months, but not really doing it. They didn't really disclose it. They had like their byline updated slightly. Basically, over a couple of months, they were publishing AI content and their readers started to notice, and it became this whole big scandal. And now they've apparently paused publishing AI content. I also saw Matt Diggity published, not much of a scandal here, but he's more just sort of sharing, he's getting some serious results from publishing 500 or so articles that have all been AI generated. And he's like now seeing, looks like 2.5K in search traffic. And it's like surviving all these various updates, which is super interesting. Kind of where I'm netting out is basically it's high risk, high reward. Because you never know if Google is going to ban your ChatGPT content. If you're like, oh, that's now free, this is now free reign, you know, Matt Diggity's getting results, Google is saying it's fine to do it. Are you gonna just like spin up all, ChatGPT for the next couple of days? I would recommend against that. Number one, because I think Matt is probably running this as a experiment. I mean, if I was him, I'd be doing the same thing. And he has more resources and a lot less to lose starting a site and seeing where it goes with the purely AI content. Of course, again, for you, you may have one site or two sites. If you have basically all your eggs in one site and it dies because Google didn't like the AI content you produced, you're gonna be in not a great situation. So again, high risk, high reward. I am not personally using AI content right now for my sites. I am using ChatGPT and the AI tools to help with content production, outlines, research, keyword research, title tags, schema generation, things like that, which are much lower risk to hurt me. At the end of the day, if you decide to use AI content to power your sites, just know you're creating a lot of risk. So the next thing I want to talk about is Google's Bard AI chatbot and Bing's AI chatbot. So let's jump in here and go through it. So the first thing I want to talk about is Bard. And Bard, man, they've had a really tough start. Google has. They announced this week that they're launching this Bard AI chatbot. They went through and did a whole show here demoing exactly how it works. And if you go through here, you can see that it just sort of generates on the fly in the featured snippet position. And Bing has a very similar functionality. If you go to the new Bing, so if you go to the new Bing here and you just click on any of these, you can see that they generate the response here. Google might do that, but really what's going on right now is Google is getting a lot of heat with their Bard chatbot because of the some inaccuracies. Now they've been on top forever, and the expectation is that they would stay on top. They hold what, like 91% of search market share right now. So for them not to be at the cutting edge of search, it kind of blows your mind. But I mean, really, it feels like they've just been super complacent. And you can see here that they've been getting a lot of heat for an inaccuracy in one of the responses from their chatbot and their ad. It actually shaved off 100 billion in market value on Wednesday when it was announced. Basically, they had some stat related to the James Webb Space Telescope saying, hey, it found some exoplanet when actually it was found by the European Southern Observatory. I mean, in long term, Google's probably gonna be fine. This, it's a chatbot. It's gonna have inaccuracies, but it's sort of the order of events that give it more gravity, and that there's an expectation that Google is gonna be the best. And when they show up last, basically in response to OpenAI's ChatGPT, in response to Bing launching their own chatbot, people expect theirs to be the best. And when it shows up with an inaccuracy on their announcement video, it's not a great look. Now let's talk about predictions for a second. What's gonna happen to SEO and blogging? Is SEO going to go away and be replaced by these chatbots? Our website's not gonna get any traffic anymore? Like where's that all going? There is a ton of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt being sort of passed through all the SEO groups here that I'm a part of. This is just one example of this person posting, so finally SEO is coming to an end after Bard and Bing ChatGPT. What's your plan B? Well, my plan B is still SEO and blogging. I don't think anything major is going to happen. Like SEO and blogging are not going away. Couple thoughts on this. Number one, Google is going to do what makes them the most money. Bing is going to do what makes them the most money. That is where things are going to go. If Bing and Google can't make more money with their search results with a chatbot, it's not going to move in that direction. Right now, I think there is a question of where is the chat feature going to live on the search result? Is it gonna live in the featured snippet position like I was showing you earlier? Is it gonna live on the sidebar? Is it gonna live somewhere else? Is it gonna be like a tab, like next to like the maps widget or whatever? Like nobody knows and nobody can tell you. And if anybody's telling you, they're talking out their ass. But what we do know is Google and Bing want to make a lot of money. And currently they both make money with search results being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 with paid ads. And that's how they make money. And if they change that and they put like a giant chat widget in front of all of that, it's probably going to reduce their revenue because people aren't going to be clicking the ads as much. They're going to be engaging with the chat functionality. So if they don't make money with this chatbot, or they don't figure out how to make money with the chatbot, they're not going to invest in it. What I think is probably going to happen is that Google and Bing will replace the featured snippet position with the chat answer, and all of that traffic that was going to websites in that featured box is going to go to the chat functionality. And if somebody wants to do more research, they'll have to keep scrolling. So let me turn to my screen and just kind of go through, again, what I think is going to happen. Like if you go right here, this is, honestly, I think this is probably, and Google's already doing it, so either they just go live with something like this, but Google's probably gonna have a spot for chat, and then you'll put your question in and it'll spit it out, which it did. It'll just demo again. Like it's just spitting it out here. And I think that's what's probably gonna happen. And honestly, I think Google will probably stick that to the right-hand rail, or Google will put it up here in the main desktop search results. That's my prediction. I have no idea. But what I am seeing here that I like is that there are additional clicks here to go to the websites that power these results, which again, would generate traffic. It'll put more, I mean, if they go live with, Google goes live with something like this, obviously the first 2 results are gonna be the best, but I don't think SEO and blogging is gonna die. There's just no way. Google is not gonna change its search results so meaningfully that the traffic that was once going to your website is going to go away. Really, there's 2 things you need to parse out here to figure out if blogging and SEO are going to die. And that's pretty much the number one thing is like user behavior is going to change. So with chat functionality and these chatbots coming out of the woodwork, are people going to use search engine less, right? And then will there just be less people Googling things and Binging things, I guess? That's one piece of it. The second piece of it is, will Google or Bing change how the results look? Will there be more feature like real estate for chatbot stuff and less real estate for the other clickable things? That's really the 2 things you need to worry about. I think in order to change user behavior, that's probably not gonna change very quickly. If it's gonna change very, very slow. The fast thing is gonna be how Google and Bing change their layout. And I've already talked about how I think that's gonna be. Now the second thing, or I guess the first thing, people's behavior, you have to understand that most of the people that are worried about all these things are marketers, are other digital people, like digital marketers that are really tuned into this thing. The people that actually use search results that we're all marketing to, like the plumber down the street, or the guy who takes out your trash or cuts your lawn, or the babysitter, right? These people are Googling, they're actually using these services. Will their behavior change and stop Googling as much? And I don't think so. I think that to change that, first of all, the chat widget and functionality has to be so trustworthy and so useful, and just like to displace the behavior people have been like ingrained into society. Like Googling things is like part of just how you figure out life. So to change that is a monumental shift in behavior, which I don't see going away. So if you're building blogs and using SEO to grow your business right now, I would not worry. Will you probably, in the short term, will you lose traffic because they're probably gonna change up their featured snippet positions and give a little bit of real estate to chatbots? Probably. You will lose a little traffic. Will you lose a traffic channel overnight? Will you have to find a different way to find customers and SEO is gone? No, you don't have to do that. I think if behavior does change, it's gonna be like a 3, 5, 7 year thing, like horizon. It's gonna be very slow, very gradual. It's not going to be an overnight thing. So again, if you're building your business with SEO and you're building a blog, do not worry. I'm not worried. I'm gonna continue investing in my sites. You should too. And hopefully this video was at least a little bit helpful and a little bit of a snapshot into how I'm thinking about things. Of course, all of this may change tomorrow, but right now with the information that I have at my disposal, this is how I'm seeing the world. Let me know what you're thinking and how you're seeing, and if you agree with what I'm saying or if you disagree. Leave a comment down below. Would love to hear from you. And yeah, like the video, subscribe if you like this kind of content, and I will see you in the next video.